Hey everybody, Scroft here. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing really well. I'm back on Riverbend Springs. It could be my last episode on Riverbend Springs. We'll see how things go. Hopefully going to get on Calmsden soon. I've actually got hands-on with it. I've got the map and I've been trying it out and testing for Oxy, doing a few little bits here and there. I was actually working on the cinematic video yesterday and the day before, and that's coming out the day that I'm recording this. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and play a bit of FS25 before I move over and finish up, really. There's a load of little things that we need to finalise, you know, get it all sorted out and finished. I've made quite a bit of bread, want to sort that out. Yeah, also got the sunflower oil. Want to get that sorted out. So I thought I'd just do a brief video. I'm not going to have a really long one on this time around. Just going to finish off some jobs and have a good chat. I've got a couple of questions as well. You know, I thought I'd put it out to everybody with it being right before Christmas and probably a lot of content creators taking a couple of days off. I'm going to be taking a few days off and spend it with the family. Yeah, so I thought I'd ask a few questions, mainly about FS25 and, you know, Calmsden and things like that, because I feel like there's a mixed bag of emotions, let's say, when it comes to FS25 at the moment. I did a video on Riverbend Springs, and it was just me having a good rant and getting a few things off my chest that I was feeling. And that was mainly because I just expected a little bit more with updates, because there's a few things that are broken that I look forward to whilst playing this game, which is mainly like animals and a bit more of a simulation, realistic feel to the game. And I've basically craved that. That's what I've been a bit frustrated about, that we haven't got them updates and a lot of things are broken. I mean, I was doing videos on animals and going really in depth with the spreadsheets, and I've got the pigs and the horses information left to do, and I've got all the information, but I've just stopped. And the reason for that is just to be fully honest with and open with everyone, is I just lost the motivation to do that kind of content because it's the same and it needs fixing. And it's difficult to think, right, I'll do a video on it and just sit there talking about how it doesn't make sense, or it doesn't work very well for the animals and it's not profitable, or things don't make sense. Yeah, like, you know, having milk before a calf for the cows and it not being profitable, or yeah, it's I think at the end of the day it's more aimed at arcade style when it comes to the animals, and because of that, you know, it shouldn't really be a focus to look at the profitability of it so much. I think it's more just play the game and have fun. That's a bit frustrating for me. I have to be honest. I want it to be more realistic, and you know, mods like Maze Plus, Terra Life, past seasons, things like that. They're the mods that I really get excited about. So yeah, I'm just a little bit frustrated here and there with certain things, and I was hoping for some updates. Do you know what? Oxy has saved the day for me. Playing Calmsden, not to like play it as like a series or anything like that, just actually going around it, visualizing the map, experiencing the map. It's really sorted that kind of concern that I had out, because it's like Farming Simulator 25 just feels right again for me. I'm enjoying the game, and I'm excited about making content on Calmsden because it is a cracking map. It really is. And I know a lot of people are going to like it as well. So yeah, so a Let's Play we'll be doing on that. I'm also looking forward to the idea of doing a survival series with Beanie, because that's always a bit of fun. And starting from scratch is an enjoyable like play style to do as well. So yeah, there's some definite good things. And the farmhand as well, I'm really enjoying doing that. I don't think I'll ever not enjoy making the farmhand. It gives me a reason to just randomly be crazy and talk to myself. So I can never complain at that. Yeah. But the question that was in my head, and I'd be interested to know the answer to this, is what is everybody's hopes for FS25? Also, what would you change? If you could change one thing in the game, what would that one be? Now, obviously, you can change a few things, but I wonder about like your biggest priority. What's the thing that stands out to you the most that you'd like to change? I mean, for me, it would be the animals. I'd like it to be more realistic, and make a bit more sense. And you know, the baby animals that they've included into the game, the animations are faultless. Like, the game looks faultless. Like, that's the one thing you can't deny, like, the game is visually a big improvement on what it was before. And when you see Calmsden in maps like that can utilize that potential, it's the ceiling of FS25 potential wise is a lot higher than 22. But obviously early days, patience, requiring getting all these mods out and these maps out is the thing we're just going to have to do. And I don't mind Riverbend Springs. It's not a bad map. I think it's probably the best one that Giants have made for a launch. But for me, I just, I feel like FS25 will start when I'm on a good modded map and we're getting all these kind of mods out. And I don't want the mods that change the gameplay to make everything easier. I don't want them. I want the mods that make it more realistic. I think that's my playstyle. And then you have to, everyone will have a different preference there and a different playstyle. But for me, who wants to do a let's play series, it's important that I'm playing realistic so I can enjoy it too, because it comes across in the videos. And any content creator will say the same. If they don't enjoy it, then it's not going to be a good video. How can I expect you as the viewer to watch these videos and enjoy them if I'm not enjoying it too? And I'm not saying I've not enjoyed FS25. I have, especially at launch. I was very excited about it. But I think when I've delved into it and looked deeper, I have noticed the flaws and the bugs and the issues and stuff. And it's just made me think, right, let's go back to basics. What do I enjoy doing? Well, I enjoy playing realistic. Well, I need some mods for that, some maps for that. And I think that's where I'm at personally. So I would definitely change the animals. I would just do a massive overhaul from scratch, from the ground up. I would make them more realistic. I'd have it where, for example, pigs have the right amount of a litter of piglets. I'd have it so cows produce milk at the right time frame, and I'd make it more in depth with breeds and feed wise and nutrients wise, and I'd go a lot more in depth. I know that's not going to happen as much because of the fact it's console and you've got to keep it somewhat arcadey. Unfortunately, that's just how it has to be, so it attracts certain players, because some players just want to play for fun. Other players want to be ultra realistic or as realistic as possible. So I am aware of that. But yeah, I would change animals. But I'm interested to know what everyone else would like to change. Got a few odd bits of lag, haven't I? Just frame rate dropping. If it's a mod, and we're getting quite a few mods now, so my mod folder is stacking up. There's some really good ones. The placeable roads pack that is dropped on Mod Hub recently, that looks really good. I've actually placed some. Now, when you place these down, they actually are spot on. They just drop down. You can see that I've messed up the placements there. There's a section where I guess it should overlap, but I was placing them down to see. But you can see that even the snow forms on that area, and if you were using the in-game AI kind of like system, they would drive on that road as well. So it's pretty clever. So there is some cracking mods coming out. There is, and again, maps will follow. It just takes a while. And speaking to Oxy, it's not as straightforward as he hoped. He wanted originally for Calmsden to release in December, but that's not going to happen. It's probably going to be late January at the earliest at this point, because one, he was changing everything to placeables, which obviously takes time, but yeah, the collisions are all different. There's so many things that have been changed that it does need a lot of work to convert a map now. But one thing is for sure, it is outstanding. It visually looks amazing, and a lot of people are going to enjoy playing on Calmsden. Definitely. Right, let's get some of this. I don't know how much of this I'm going to sell. I probably should just try and sell it all, with it being... Trying to get there. There we go. It's the pipe doesn't want to go all the way into the trailer, but at least we're at 99% now. But yeah, Calmsden's outstanding visually. Looks amazing. A lot of people are going to enjoy it. I will be doing a Let's Play series on it when I actually officially start testing, so it will be early. The exact date of when that happens, I'm just waiting. There's no point in me starting a save game to play until it's ready to be officially tested, because if there is some issues and then they need changing, the problem is I'm going to have to start a new save game, and if I'm like mid through a series, that's not going to be very good. So I'd rather wait until it's official and Oxy says, right, we're going into testing properly now, and yeah, I can then do a series on it, and you can follow along if you want to on the channel. and eventually it'll get sent to Mod Hub, and it'll be out on all platforms. So super excited for it. Super excited as well to see everyone's reaction to it, because it's a big improvement. Yes, it's the same layout and all that stuff that you'd expect, but visually is where the improvement is. And that's the one thing Giants have done so well in FS25. I've said it before, and I'll probably say it a load of times. Visually, the game looks much better, much better. But yeah, let me know in the comment section, what would be the one thing you'd change from FS25 after launch? I know I've seen a mixed bag of people's reactions. I've seen people frustrated, some people really positive about it, especially console players, because they've changed so much for console players. And that is obviously a good thing, because they've brought in, a lot of the things that were just stuck to PC as mods, like courseplay and having the better, a GPS and guidance steering and all that stuff. So it's really good for console players. But God, I'd love to get Seasons of Old back. Something along them lines. And I think Terra Life is the biggest possibility of us getting a lot more realism in the game. Animals working really well, added feed types, so looking at nutritional values, and then also, maybe grass rotting, maybe something along the lines of seasons, precision farming kind of built in, depending if we get precision farming or not. I still think that Terra Life will have it involved in that somehow. So yeah, I'm excited for that. It's going to take a while. I think it's going to take a lot longer than I originally thought it would, because of the changes made by Giants in FS25 and GE10 are making it more difficult for modders and map makers and things like that, especially on the scale of what Terra Life potentially could be. But yeah, let me know in the comment section what you think. What would you want the most as a change, or what mod would you want the most? Like a big kind of overhaul mods, like Seasons did in the past, and like Maze Plus and Terra Life have done in 22 and even in 19. Because 19 was, I think 19 right at the end was where we hit the peak of what could be. With us having Seasons of Old still on 19, and then we also had, Maze Plus come out, and then the horse extension was the kind of second version to that. It was like an expansion on Maze Plus, and it really did improve the game. Right at the end of 19 was stunning, and then 22 was a big visual improvement as well. There is certain things that I do miss. Let's drop that down so I can actually pick this silage up. It's much easier to use one of these. I think I'll move over after this and start selling the bread, because I think bread's going to be at the best time, and then we might have a look to see how the oil's getting on. I don't know why I'm getting more lag all of a sudden. It's a strange one. Just getting random spots of lag. God knows. But yeah, let's go take this one, last one, and then we'll come back and we'll jump onto the Massey and get that bread sold, and then we'll have a look at the sunflower oil, because that'll be the last thing I need to do. I think I've got bits and bobs that I could sell and square up with everything, but I think they're the two things I set out. I'm definitely going to move over after this. I've got some good ideas for series. Obviously, me and Beanie want to do a survival series where we start from scratch and kind of like spread that out. We're waiting on a map. There is the Frontier map, but I think a lot of people are making content on that, with it being the first map, that we're going to try and wait for probably like the second or third map of that style, and do it on one that really stands out to us. So that'll be good. It's always a good laugh playing the game with Beanie. Well, and then I'll obviously have a Let's Play series on Calmsden. I'll keep doing like mod reviews and the odd script mod review and anything along them lines. So definitely 2025 is looking like it's going to be a busy time. Also, FarmCon was announced. I know a lot of people didn't seem very encouraged by FarmCon this time around. I think it's probably because it's the one straight after the game. And yeah, it's like, what they're going to actually show us. I'm hoping that be the first time we see anything about the British map that looks to be coming at the end of the year in the year one pass. So I'm excited for it for that reason alone, really. And also Austria is a stunning place, so me and Beanie are trying to go there. That is the aim, to go to FarmCon. So if you are going, yeah, let me know. Me and Beanie would love to say hello to everybody that is attending, that follows my channel. And also we got Llama, which is next month, so not long away at all now. And that's going to be a good laugh. And it's also a great day out. Like, it's really interesting to look around at all the equipment anyway. So even if Giants, you know, and weren't there, or I wasn't going as a content creator as such to meet people, I'd still really enjoy going to Llama just to see all the farming equipment. Right, let's go get this bread sold. We've got 14,000 litres on here, so that's 14 crates. We have got 500 litres sitting in... Ooh, a bit icy there. Yeah, sitting in the bakery. But we can just sell that from there. Well, this is pretty much all the oats that we made. We turned it into oat flour, and then we finally turned it into bread, so... Not bad. Hey up, mate. Impatient, aren't they? Shouldn't be driving like that. We've got icy conditions. With Christmas coming up, like I mentioned, I do think this is probably going to be my last episode on this map, and, you know, playing Riverbend Springs as a Let's Play series. I actually think it could possibly be my last episode. It has been good. It's been good to learn, you know, the game in general, but I am ready for some modded maps now. And yeah, next one's going to be Calmsden. But also with Christmas coming up, I'll be taking a few days break. I've got the Farmhand Christmas special on Christmas Eve, so that'll be coming out then. But I think from now until, yeah, pretty much when I make that video, which is going to be around the 22nd, I'm going to make that. Yeah, I won't be on Riverbend, so hopefully I can get started on Calmsden if it's ready. If not, I'll have a look at maybe some mods and stuff like that. But if it's nothing like that, I'll probably just give, you know, a few days gap. I mean, I say a few days, it's only going to be about three days max where there's no videos, 3 or 4 days. But yeah, I want to spend a bit of time with the family. I'm also going to be doing a video early 2025 showing off my kind of like man cave and yeah, my setup tour, you could say. I've been wanting to do that for a while, so I'll do that in January as well. This should be the last video I record as a Let's Play where I'm just freely talking before Christmas. Because in the Farmhand, obviously I'm following a story and I can't really just randomly chat about FS25 or anything like that. It should be... I think it's over this side. I think last time it tried to drive me through there, but yeah, the farmer's market sale point is here. So this is going to be a pretty good price. We've actually got higher than the maximum said. So yeah, 49,149, which isn't bad at all. And if we add the 500 litres that was sitting in the bakery, that would increase that. But has anything actually shown up in these? It seems like it takes a lot of goods to get that showing yeah, we've kind of provided to the local market, but God knows, it must be really wanting bread. I mean, I've just given them so much bread that lasts them for ages. But it is what it is. Right, let's move over. We can save the wall, but let's just actually have a quick look at our productions. Oil mill especially. 10,000 litres in there. So we need that to process through. But it might be a good idea to go pick up some of these and maybe do a bit of a jump cut. So we're into... Well, I think we're going to be selling this in February. I think that was the best time. Let's have a look here. Sunflower oil, March. So yeah, end of February, start of March. That should be when we go for the sunflower oil. So we could do a bit of a jump cut to get to that point. Not a bad idea. Right, so we're in February, and I've deactivated it. We've got 580 sitting here. And yeah, that's pretty much everything. Everything processed on that side. Same goes for this. In fact, what we could do is we could actually we could just sell this, can't we? So if we go to this one, change output to selling, that should be fine. We won't do that with this one, not just yet anyway. But let's get this oil loaded on. I've seen in the comment section of people saying as well you can load up in layers, but I haven't actually got an option. I've checked the controls as well, so I need to go back and see what people were saying, but you can load up in layers instead of it just stacking up at the front, for example, like going like 3 high before it actually fills up like 1 layer and then go to the second layer, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes somewhat, hopefully I'm making a bit of sense there. I mean, it works perfectly on this trailer, but it's when you've got like the larger trailer that I was using, the larger flatbed. Yeah, it's a little bit more tricky then because it stacks it right to the front and makes it a little bit more prone to tip. Whereas, yeah, this is actually, yeah, this one's fine for that. But no, I'd like to know if that is a thing. Can I actually load in layers? And if I can, yeah, what's the control for that? Because I've just been in, yeah, I've been in and checked the menu to see if there's anything that shows up for me. And I can't see anything about layers. Got the material. I'm probably missing it. It's probably right in front of me. And I'm just finding it difficult to see. That's the automatic bale collection mode, which is a really nice feature to it. But no, not sure on that one. Anyway, let's go and find the place to sell these. Sunflower oils, the best place to sell is the small farmer kiosk of all the places. So it's basically back at the farm. I mean, I'm obviously selling a lot of bottles of sunflower oil there. That can't. Is it sure there's got to be one that's similar price? So the small farmer kiosk is slightly better, but we could try the restaurant because that might actually be on the drive back. So if we go straight up, oh no, there's the restaurant. It's actually a restaurant on a boat, and it's really close. So let's go to there. I mean, for the difference in price, it's a no-brainer. And then at least we did everything we set out to do. We produced the sunflowers. We turned the sunflower into sunflower oil. Got it sold. We also turned all that oats into flour and then, again, into bread. Oh, no, it's time, man. I'm ready. I'm ready to jump onto another map, a modded map, and do some farming on a British map as well. I think it just suits my playstyle. I know a lot of people are the same as well. They're ready for some good mod maps. Got another cracking question for you. You're probably going to hate me for all these questions, but I'd love to know. But if you could bring any map from, it doesn't matter if it's FS17, 19, 20, 19 or 22, it doesn't matter. You could bring any map to FS25, what would it be? Because it's a good question. It really is. I mean, bloody hell, I'm trying to think now. It's difficult to answer that. I think for me, a map that I never got to play but saw on Facebook and it looks really good is the map by Bullet Bill, Herefordshire. That one, I'd love that to come into the game. And I'd say it has to be... Do you know what? I really like Charlton Valley. I thought it was brilliant, so I'm going to go with Oxy. And FS19 was when I really got into Charlton Valley. I'm going to say Charlton Valley would be an amazing map to see again in FS25 with the visuals that we have now. And that would be a good shout. But there we go. We sold it to Willie's. Willie got his oil. Yep, Willie's got his oil. I have nothing else to add to that. I'll be honest, I don't have anything else to add to that, so yeah. But I think this is where I'm going to end it. It's not been a long one at all. Just wanted to have a good chat with everybody and say, a bit of the plan, which is I'm going to be moving on to Carmston soon, doing a Let's Play series on that, which is going to be really good. Me and Beanie are on the hunt for a map to start our BS Survival series on 25, which is going to be good as well. We always have a good laugh on there as well. And just have a good natter, and I think it'll be a good laugh as well at the same time. So that's an idea that's hopefully going to come soon. But like I said, I'll be making videos. The Farmander won't stop. I know I've got a good core audience there, and I'm not going to let anyone down. So Farmander will still continue. Carmston's coming soon. The BS Survival will also return soon. But it is the last episode, Let's Play wise, probably that I'm going to do before Christmas. But thank you so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. Merry Christmas to all of you. Happy New Year. I hope you have a cracking time with your families. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one. See you, everybody.